Well. Pour yourself a drink, loosen that tie, and settle in, folks, because you just stepped into the classiest fight club this side of the strip. This ain't your average armchair analysis. Nah, this is King of the Casuals, where we break down the brawls, the bruisers, and the beautiful chaos of mixed martial arts, and all with a little style, a little swing, and just the right amount of right hooks. So sit back, relax, maybe throw on a tux if you're feeling fancy, and let's talk fights the way they were meant to be talked about, with a wink, a smile, and maybe a shot of something strong. All right, boys, let's ring the bell. It's showtime.
I have the bag. I'm in Jack's gym, by the way, today. Hashtag Jackie Mac forever. If you are new to this channel, the reason that we still do this King of the Casuals podcast is the one and the only right over my shoulder there with the boxing gloves. You can see some of the paraphernalia. Jack's wrestling. I might not be able to see it with the lights on. UFC, and then Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz poster. This is all Jack stuff. We built this gym in COVID. Can I say COVID these days without getting bleeped? I freaking hope so, for God's sakes. Anyway, we built this gym, had a great time together. I went on a shoot, and it was then he got on Snapchat, found a guy named Aaron Miranda. Jack was having an anxiety attack, and reached out to this piece of shit, and who said, yeah, I have Xanax, man. And it was nothing but pure fentanyl, enough to kill 4 grown men, and I lost my son at the ripe old age of 19. Forever 19, Jackie Mac forever. Not a day goes by where my heart doesn't, where my heart isn't aching and wishing that he were here, but it's through this podcast and being able to talk about mixed martial arts. We have some other things we had in common, like music and art. But here, we started this podcast, Jack's influence from Joey Diaz and Joe Rogan. Growing up, he loved those guys, and I'm neither of them. I'm happy to keep the podcast dream alive to educate people about fentanyl, and of course to talk about our view, which is usually different. We tend to not get into the personal lives of fighters like other channels. And we tend not to necessarily break them down as like we're Chael Sonnen in DC, but all of us, Nate, Jake, even Josh, we've spent enough time in boxing rings, wrestling mats, kickboxing, and octagons. None of us pro, none of us great, but all of us nerds for the sport, and our understanding of it, we believe, is pretty good. But the name casual comes from every time I ever made a comment when Jack was still alive, I say, Jack, why are these guys calling me a casual? And they're like your age. I was a young dad, but still, over 30. And Jack's like, Dad, you can't be like getting in fights with 12-year-olds. I'm like, oh, he's 12? I shouldn't have been such a jerk back to him, but casual. So being called casuals, I thought, well, let's be ironic, and we'll just call ourselves King of the Casuals. Are we really casuals? No. Not by terms of not by definition. Jack and I went to 5 events. I don't think I've ever missed a Saturday night. I'm pretty much hunkered in now more than ever because that's my way of spending time with Jack. Yes, he's not physically there, but he's certainly there in spirit. Right where he always sat, on the opposite side of the coffee table on the other couch, and I miss him. Maybe today's podcast is just about that. If you ever have an offer to take a pill from a friend, or even worse, you get on Snapchat or one of those social media channels and somebody's offering it, 8 and 10 of them are filled with fentanyl and will kill you. You have a better chance of drinking gasoline and staying alive. So don't fucking do it. Please don't do it to your parents. Don't do it to your friends. Don't do it to yourself. You've got a lot of life to live, and you don't need that shit. So having said all that, let's move into the King is fucking back. The King is fucking back.